Hello and welcome to this next entry in the video series. We're checking out submissions to the Dungeoncrawler Game Jam of 2024. And this time we will have a look at The Mass by Local Minimum. Let's have a look at the theme incorporation. Well, the title is a bit weird. The primary theme is incorporated is cosmic horror. The terrible events, and in particular central antagonist, came from space. The game is dark and features tentacles too. If you manage to complete it, there is also a reference to solitude. The location is perhaps not infinite, but described as very large, and while I would have made the game require 1000 generated levels to complete, I thought it better to use a smaller number. Yeah, I think so. So let's have a look at the game page here. And I already downloaded the game, we will not play it in the browser. Join a group entering the mass. Attempt to get to its center. Survive the horror. Okay, so it's like journey to the middle of the world or something. Well, we'll see. Maybe not. Maybe that was not horror, but yeah. Each attempt is unique as levels are procedurally generated. However, the seed is the second of the hour when the level loads. What? Is the second of the hour when the level loads. So if you want a particular level, then it's just to time it well when you press play. Ah, okay. Yeah. The Mac version is untested. Okay, we're not playing on Mac. I ran out of time towards the end, which is why a lot of the UI is placeholders. And all interactions might not be fully explained. Navigate with WSD plus Q and E to turn. Well, there might be arrow keys binding too, but I don't know about the turning. Okay. M for map, P to inspect the party, T to construct a teleport when facing a wall. Okay, let me note that down. M for map and P for inspect and T for teleporter. Interesting. If you have the ability. 2 entries require you to interact with them with the mouse. Okay, coding sounds art by me, except the voice of the critic that was done by a helpful friend. Icons from game icons, I wanted to replace them, but ran out of time for the game jam. And that's it, yeah, okay. Alright, so I downloaded the game. This is an updated version, I think, because you can see that the 25th of April is later than the 31st of March. So this is an updated version. Unfortunately, the original is no longer available. But in this series, I'm also playing the updated versions, so to have a more enjoyable end result, which you would also see when you want to try out the game, which of course you can. You will find the link down in the video description to the itch.io page. And with that, let's jump into the game. The Mass by Local Minimum. Alright, I did not start the game yet, but as soon as I start the game, the intro will start rolling. But you will probably not see anything yet, because OBS needs to catch up, but you will already hear the sound. So give it a few seconds. I start the game now.
On February the 2nd, 2025, an egg-shaped object the size of a football entered Earth's atmosphere. It streaked across the dark winter skies of Sapmi, crashing into the vast forests outside Pajala, north of the Arctic Circle. Though a very small object, as it touched down, it sent a convulsion deep into the ground, which triggered a tsunami-like ripple, a wave of nausea, to spread across the entire globe with lightning speed. It wasn't the worst tragedy that humanity had suffered, but news reporting from around the world all agreed that it was by far the most disgusting. By far. No news of what had really happened appeared the following days, though speculation was rife. Partly because the region was very remote and shrouded in winter darkness, partly because what had just occurred needed a little time to reveal its true self. Then came the first reports. An unnatural and vast cancerous growth had been sighted near what must have been the crash site. Towering several stories high, covering an area of smaller village and growing the size of a modest village a day, it was instantly referred to as the Mass. Its structure was reported to be a teratomic mix of buildings, hairs, giant teeth, trees, and amorphous tissue, as if something utterly alien was copying what it had observed from life on Earth with no regard for how the pieces were meant to fit together. In Washington, the president cursed that both Finland and Sweden recently had been allowed to join NATO, the Mass squarely invading both countries now. A week later, the growth stopped. It covered an area equal to a sprawling metropole like Los Angeles. It had engulfed several real villages. Most people had fled, which hadn't really required any organized evacuation. Next to no one lived up there. What happened to those who couldn't or didn't want to leave, no one knew. Then came reports of smaller groups of people flying into Stockholm and Helsinki, traveling north, and entering the endless mass through cavernous openings in its outer surface. Cordons were erected on the roads leading into the area, but it did very little to stop the incursions. It merely served as a backdrop for news reporters and a token for politicians that they were doing something about it.
Okay, that's quite a cool introduction. A very nice setting. So now we can select a party out of 3 to 10. So I don't know if there's any disadvantage of choosing multiple or like the maximum. So we have a chemist, a book coach, blogger, plumber, bus driver, director, tattoo artist, infopreneur, a DJ, speechwriter, pilot, a circus performer, a tailor, technical director, pharmacist, historian, backup dancer, and a flight director. I'm not sure why a circus artist would join our expedition here. But let's take a chemist that looks reasonable. So they have different values: strength, dexterity, int, and con. I'm not sure why the chemist has no intelligence. That seems wrong. So who has a lot of intelligence? Let's take... Yeah, at least doesn't seem to make much sense. So the circus performer has a lot of intelligence. And the pharmacist. Let's take a pharmacist. So now we have 2. Then somebody with a lot of dexterity. Or strength. That's 4 strength. 4 dexterity. Constitution. Let's take 1 with lots of constitution. That's the backup dancer. Yeah, we will get... oh, let's not take the backup dancer. Let's take this guy. The DJ is not much better. Then we take... Well, we can also take the plumber, because as we know, plumbers are known for their intelligence. No, we take the pilot. There's the pilot. Alright. And strength. Is there anyone with high strength? The infopreneur. Alright, now we have 10, and that makes the difficulty challenging. And that sounds fine to me. Let's begin the adventure. Okay, so we have all the input also on screen. Okay, this... the perspective is fine-ish. Oh, there's some weird noise coming from the right side. But I would like to see a bit of the floor. Maybe the camera can just be lowered a bit. Not really the angle, just lower the point of where the camera is. Because right now we can see the ceiling, but there's usually nothing interesting on the ceiling, but not the floor. And if it was the other way around, I think that would be better. The movement is a bit weird, because it's executing the turn right away. And it does so with... It's not always execute. Yeah, it's executing it right away. But the acceleration feels a bit weird. So... I think there is quite a high peak in acceleration and deceleration. I'm not quite sure though. It feels a bit rubber bandy, the turning part. Okay, but it does queue, or well, it does execute it right away, so no commands are cut off, which is nice. Okay, so we have some weird enemy here. All our characters have the same values here. Select up to 3 fighters. So in this case, well, we have... I'm not sure what the second part is. So this is heart and this is brain. Maybe hit points and... Let's take the pharmacist. This guy. And... okay, so it seems like it's automatic. Oh, we already lost the first character. Well, that didn't go too well. Yeah. Damage dealt with brute weapons. But he has no hit points. But we don't have any weapons, so... now we have a weapon. Two-hand brutish weapon goes to Emily. Yeah, the jobs make no sense though. Give to enemy Emily King. Yeah, equip. You found a crit tick. Okay. Well, with our very decimated team, we will continue our long journey. And we'll probably die now. And...
Another group had entered and vanished, never to be seen or heard of again. After the moral panic of the first days, it had become the new normal, barely registered. There will be a new group tomorrow, and the day after that.
Yeah, most definitely. But this time we will just pick 10 people so that some of them make it alive.
In February the 2nd.
Okay. Select 3 to 5. I will not look into them too much now. Strength. We have someone with strength. We have someone with dex. We have no int person. And con should be fine. Let's take this one. Okay. Alright, let's take the first 3 guys and let's see if anybody makes it out alive. Okay, Sandra Green. Damage dealt with fancy weapons. Physical health and protection. Let's take this to 6 and this to 3. Mental health and protection. This to 6. Okay. And then we have something with damage. So everyone got XP. Okay. So with 5, we have lots of people with 5. We really don't have lots of people with hit points. This one is hurt. Yeah, let's give this to Rachel. Yeah. And we found a crit tick. Whatever that is. Ah, you can also hold the key. Okay. We will not pick the one who's already hurt. Okay, we made it without dying, which is nice. Put this to 6, and now let's increase some. Yeah. Another one which requires 6. 2-hand brutish weapon. But I can't see who already got a weapon, right? This one obviously has a weapon because the attack value is higher. But it doesn't really show, and I'm not sure what happens if I click on that character now. Ah, okay, so it says it will discard. Okay, you cannot give the item to someone else then, but it's nice that you get a warning. Okay. Equip. Nice. I think the steps, it could be, yeah. So while the perspective in general is fine, the steps feel a bit short, and I think that's mostly because of the perspective, because the tiles are stretched wide. So this basically means that this tile in front of me looks like, let's say, 2 meters wide, but only 1.5 meters deep. And I think this is just an FOV thing. And if I, let's say, have an overlay of Grimrock, Grimrock will start about here and then will go much further. That's what I would expect here. And you can see it starts here and it goes much further. It's also a bit bigger. But you can see that this is like the proportions of width and depth. They are a bit different here. And it adds to that we are not seeing the floor we are standing on. So it feels like these steps are super small. Okay, let's open the map. No. We can also inspect our party now, but we can't do anything here, so this is rather useless. Continuous turning is also not something which is necessary. I would just disable that. Okay, start battle. let's take the one with high attack values and then 2 other ones who are not.
That wasn't a great attack, you know. Bravo! What a miss!
What's that? I would like to not leave the combat screen right away and instead have a button which is like finish, and that you can still look at what happened in combat, so that you know what to look for, which values to increase and whatnot. Mental, yeah, let's increase that. Damage dealt with this. Mental health. Let's do this. Decent. Alright. So this is giving physical defense. Ah, so I didn't even see that. So yes, they also have different values for physical defense and for mind defense. Now they are all hurt already. Let's take this one. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, the ones with weapons are now also quite hurt. Let's continue to the south. And another one. I guess that we need to kill them all, but I don't know.
Watch out so you don't hurt yourself. Good one. Have you considered trying? A great attack, you know.
I like the chatter. Okay. Amanda Edwards, we increased the protection. And you can see that these values are increasing right away. But it would be nice if we could also heal. Yeah. Yeah, they are all going to die soon if I don't increase their hit points. Flimsy Fupku. Well, this one is already level 3, so let's more hit points. Yeah, we will have the issue. Oh, and we have a weapon. Which only requires 4. Let's take this one. We didn't lose anyone yet. But this will soon change. I mean, maybe I can run away, but no. We take the 3 fittest ones. Well, this one isn't exactly fit.
Bravo! What a miss!
And
have you considered trying? That wasn't a great attack, you know.
Okay, Patricia White can increase the hit points further. And I feel like everyone needs hit points here, because otherwise they will just die. Yeah. Okay, we do need to put this on someone with 6 here. Yeah, give to Patricia White. Equip. Let's take this one. First hit,
Bravo,
1 attack,
what a
and
miss.
dead. Okay, at least the good characters are not further hurt. So I will just keep increasing that, because this seems to be everything, basically. Okay, this is a ranged attack. And so this needs to be given to someone who... Well, actually, we don't have anyone who... No, the first character here. Equip. And a flimsy poof poof furfy. Okay. Oh, there's something. But at this point now, except of that character who's... Okay. It only requires 4, but at this point we don't have anyone who can take it, unfortunately. Fresh. Or legs? Can we also put this on... Nope. Yeah, anyone... here, this character, because still tons of hit points. So this would get the maximum out of that. What the hell? Come to me!
This room is rather drab, you know. Wouldn't a nice portal on the wall over there spruce things up?
Uh-huh. Step into the portal.
Yes, come closer.
Definitely.
As you touch the pillar and let the slugs with their sticky slime touch you back, your mind spasmed and shrieked. It seems getting healed comes at a price.
Uh-huh. No problem. I like to be alive. And this stays active, so maybe we can even heal multiple times. Yeah, this is a game changer now, of course. It would be nice to see which character has a weapon already. So, and
Watch out so you don't hurt yourself. Good one. Have you considered trying?
And that's on all screens, because now this character, I don't know if I equipped that already. So let's just increase this to 4, because we found weapons which required 4. And this to 7. Yeah, I will still go with these. Oh, this went to the brain. Okay, more attack. We don't have anyone who could. I mean, this character would profit from it. Yeah, okay, equip. Now this is just a way back, but let's complete that. So, I will continue the way south, because I think there are the highest chances that we can continue, or I don't know, find the next level, or I don't know how this game is structured, but okay, we have level 4 characters now. Attack. But they are doing some massive amount of damage.
Bravo! What a miss! Watch out so you don't hurt yourself.
Okay. More hit points. More hit points. Well, actually, in this case, let's increase that one. This is a ranged attack. Okay, well, this character can use that. Okay. Map.
You know what this wall needs? Yes, you know. It needs a portal.
But we don't need the portal just yet. Let's not take this one. This character is still full. Now let's try this. I mean, I can decrease the speed here. Relaxed. Okay. Can this character still use that? Yes. But it makes no sense, I guess. This one already has something. Let's equip it here. And we got something with 4... nobody can use it.
There's a dreadful lack of decoration here.
Okay. Attack. Let's try attacking with that one as well.
Have you considered trying? That wasn't a great attack, you know. Bravo! What a miss!
Damage and sanity. Okay. Yeah, let's further increase the hit points here. And this character can do some damage. And this is ranged attack now, which unfortunately still nobody can use. Okay, trash.
Who made this place? Don't they have any sense of style?
Okay, nothing here. So the auto map is automatically popping in the whole room. Attack. 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 8 damage and dead. Alright. Let's increase this one. Okay, 4 attack. This is for that character then. Equip. And some defense. Yeah, we just equip.
Why not spread some joy? Why not a portal? Over there! Or there!
Yeah, I don't know if that has any negative impact at the end. So maybe we don't get the good ending or so if we used the portals. So these are dead ends. No, but nothing is here. So maybe we need to go there. Or maybe the whole section here was useless anyways. And we should have gotten to the other branch right away. Yeah, but this is definitely, because of the randomization, is definitely down to a lot of luck, right? If you don't find any healing and starting with just 3 or 5 characters, or 5 characters like I did before, if you are not lucky, you basically need to die. No chance there. Okay. So there's only one remaining path. Yeah, there's a weird delay when turning. Sometimes it's fast, sometimes it feels like this rubber bandy, as I mentioned before. Okay. Attack. Attack. Well, this is not too great. Probably time to heal soon, but there shouldn't be much more in this level anyways, so. Okay, defense. Equip. I think it's automatically, no, it's not automatically putting the one with nothing up. Sorted by approximate utility. I'm not so sure if that makes sense. I mean, yes, they don't have any, so this makes sense that they are put down to the bottom half. But why should I prefer this over that one? Already has 3 defense. Well, let's equip it.
A portal would lively things up.
We are not using any portal. Not anymore. Alright. Attack, and yeah, let's pick that one. More hit points. More hit points. And in this case, we take this. Alright, we only had one left who doesn't have any. And at this point now, we need to... Ah no, its chest is a different item. I mean, depending on how the formulas are, it might actually be useful to stack them as much as possible. Let's give it to that character.
This room is rather drab, you know. Wouldn't a nice portal on the wall over there spruce things up?
Okay. Attack. Attack. Attack.
Watch out so you don't hurt yourself. Good one. Have you considered trying?
Okay, so it's the tick which is saying anything there? I'm not sure what the logic is behind that. Okay, equip. And we have something with damage. At least it's better than nothing.
Yes, you know, it needs a portal.
Alright, so this is also empty. We have one more corridor to take. Died. Alright. Defense. But at this point, everyone already has something. So it's trash. This is 1 to 10. Unfortunately, this is also trash. Alright. You, and...
That wasn't a great attack, you know. Bravo! What a miss!
Block and died. Alright. Again, defense, which everyone already has. Trash. And another one, which is chests. Okay,
There's
trash.
a pitiful lack of decoration here.
I hear two of them, so... Okay. This one, and... Let's take this one. That's a lot of damage. Let's just increase our hit points again. Mm-hmm. 4 to 8, that's not useful. Trash. Trash. Okay, let's continue. One damage. Mental protection. I mean, I can increase that further. I'm not sure if that makes any difference. This character can take that.
Who made this place? Don't they have any sense of style?
Mm-hmm. There's another... Okay, but there's also already something on the wall. We have a level 7 character. But it seems like... Oh, Bam's dead. It seems like all enemies are... like, have the same difficulty. And this basically makes the games easier and easier. 6 to 16. Yes.
That thing in the wall, the hole, mouth, it did not look inviting yet. It was obvious that this was where you've been heading.
I guess. We have 2 now, okay.
After having conquered a mountain of beasts and struggled through endless rooms and passages, having been swallowed by more wall-mouth things than could possibly be healthy, always striving towards something, being called by something. That something finally sits on top of a fleshy altar in the dead center of a large room that must be on top of the original impact site. Somehow you just know this. Attempting to look at the entity, its features drifts out of focus as if your mind is not capable of understanding its existence. Then a terrible huge hand scoops you up as if you were mere playthings. For a fleeting moment, you're held before its touch breaks the final bulwarks of your minds. The entity disappointedly tosses you aside, waits for a moment, and then begins calling out for new toys that may be better, that may last longer.
Okay. Happy end. Alright. But that was very nice. Package basically. So I mean the outro could have been a bit more more like storytelling, anything more. It was a bit could have been a bit more, but I like the overall setting. What I didn't like is it would have helped if the characters made more sense. Let me just start the game again. like you pick your crew at the beginning, which I think is a very nice idea to select the crew here. But I think it should be maybe predefined. It seems like these are also randomly put together. I think predefined characters would have easily made the game more interesting. Like having different characters with different starting setups, like also sanity and health. I don't think that it made a huge difference here. But having just characters, maybe have them give starting equipment. Like there's a guy with a bow, there's a guy with a little sword, but this guy has more hit points, and this woman has more agility, and maybe this or some super intelligent person has more sanity or something, so that you have more impact of this, because this one seems almost negligible, besides of being able to equip the first weapon if you actually survive that, and if you start only with 3 characters. But I think we're starting with 3 characters. Let me just pick random 3. That's basically impossible anyways, because you will not even beat the first encounter. And there's no randomness in that. Well, basically just if you finish the first combat well with the enemy not hitting, you might have a chance. But yeah, it's a bit problematic there. So yeah, I think that would have been nice if the characters had a bigger impact. A crit tick. The characters had a bigger impact. Of course, more systems and so on, but I get it that this is the scope. Regarding the movement, what I mentioned, I think the tiles, yes, they are a little bit too small, but I think the perspective is what's more problematic. Like the field of view, I think the tiles should be deeper and the camera should be further down, so that this distance here is here on the bottom. You don't need to see all the ceiling, but maybe a little bit of the floor should be shown here. That would have been nicer. And there's some weird rubber banding going on. You could see that this takes too long. But now, sometimes... So this was an instant turn, even before I finished it, right? So, while I'm moving, I'm turning. But if I am moving and then turning, it takes the full thing, and then it's like whoosh, going around, and this feels odd. This is kind of inconsistent, and it feels like a bit rubber bandy. Both is not terrible though. You have a continuous move, and navigation here overall was fine. The double move, double turn, I would just, or continuous turn, I would just disable that. There is no use in having that. You should just type 2 times to turn around. I don't see that this is creating any issues here, because you can move and turn right away, so you're not going to already press the turning while moving in order to turn at the very first moment. So I don't see that as a big problem, but I think it's better to just disable the continuous turning. Yeah, and with that, I mentioned the party thing. It would be nice if you could click on characters here, for example, or have like I have defense values here and here, but these apparently are from the character stats and they are not from items. So it would be nice whenever the characters are being shown that also the items are being shown, or maybe like defense 6 and then in some brackets 3 are coming from armor or something, so that you know, okay, this character already has something. For example, when you're increasing the stats of a character, and the character already has like 4 in archery or whatever that is, and you are not sure whether this character already has a weapon or not, this might be the reason why you put points into archery or not, because if the character already has a weapon, it's not that important. But if the character does not have a weapon, it would be more important to increase the stat to raisen the chances that the next weapon could be equipped on that character. So being able to see them at all times would have been nicer. The voiceovers, yeah, nice. Nice touch. Also within combat, I think there was a little crackling whenever it was played. You could hear that in the intro. Whenever there was one sentence ended and the next sentence, there was a little crackling in there. Either that is because of a bad recording, that it has a crackling at the beginning, then the recording would need to be smoothed out, or something is in the engine which is weird, loading the file. I don't know, but this might be some minor thing to look into if there was any interest to improve on that. So that has been The Mass. As I mentioned, a very nice package. I like the atmosphere and the intro and the outro and how this was put together. Even though if the crawler part, this was kind of, let's say, minimalistic, but because it was embedded so nicely, it left a really nice impression, I think. So that was The Mass by a Local Minimum, and if you want to try out the game, you can find a link down the video description where you can download it. Yeah, and with that, thanks to Local Minimum for sending in this game to the jam, and thanks to you all for watching this episode. And with that, I hope to see you again next time. Bye bye.